Welcome everybody. I'm Jonna DePire, one of the co-founders here, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the blessing here at Angels Rest, which is a sacred space where we remember those who have passed in body but are still in our hearts. And I found this book someone gave me called I'm Still Here, and it talks about dogs, but it applies to cats and horses and all the other creatures that we love. So I just wanted to read a small part of it because it spoke to me, and I hope it speaks to you as well. And this is the dog speaking. He's very cute.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm still here. The most important thing you need to understand, you need to feel, to hear, to see, to taste, to smell, I think smell is always the best way, is that I'm still here. I'm still your dog. It seems like I left, and in a way I did. My fur, my paws, my tail, my breath, they left, but I'm still here. The good part is wherever you go, I go with you. Every single time, we are not apart. I just don't have my dog body. I do have my dog soul, which is truly the best part. Always with you, always loving you.
My name is Patty Hegwood, and welcome to our April blessing. It's April already. Wow. We have a lot of nice, wonderful friends here, including some really wonderful, familiar faces. And for those of you at home, thank you for joining us. I have to say it's really special when we get one of our co-founders here. So Jonna, thank you so much for joining us today and for those beautiful words. Truly lovely. So today, I would like to tell you the spark of thought that came about as I bought this shawl. I bought it to serve as a reminder. There's a lady in town that I've known for a number of years, and this is the style of shawl she makes. And I love shawls, so I sought her out. We do not connect on political or religious beliefs. As a matter of fact, we're polar opposites. I decided to make a plan and focus on where we connect and put aside the areas that we don't. Where do we connect? We connect through the love of animals, specifically cats, dogs, horses, and donkeys. My intent was to find inroads for connection and not focus on the areas where we don't connect. The question I asked myself, where are the questions that bring the kindness? Lately, the world seems focused on pointing out our differences versus finding our commonalities. And this is one of the many reasons animals captivate our hearts and souls. They are the unifier across all political, religious, and social lines. And they, quite frankly, don't care about the things of the world. They dare to deliver unconditional love and bring us the presence of mindfulness, while all along bringing out the best in all of us. What do we owe them? According to the animals, we owe them nothing. We know in our hearts, though, we owe them everything. When we think of the wide berth we give our animals, we meet them right where they are. And it's so important, in my humble opinion, to extend this grace to everyone we encounter. Whether we've lost our beloved animal companion or we know someone who has, let's meet them where they are. And let's lend an ear. Share a cuppa. The same applies to ourselves. Figure out who you can share who you can share your story with, and hold yourself kindly. You, after all, deserve the kindness you bestow on others. My quest on this earthly journey is to stop trying to make sense of it all and elevate my thinking to that of a spiritual plane and nature of connection. People say progress over perfection. I'm thinking it's all about connection. Some of our little ones are here, and it seems like the briefest of time. And when they leave, no matter how long they're with us, it's never long enough. Let us all make a pact today, in honor of our loved ones who have crossed the Rainbow Bridge, to hold ourselves kindly, grant grace to those we encounter, and join the legions of folks trying to save the lives of those just like our animal companions in our nation's shelters, and become that advocate. Do it for Toby. Do it for Pixie, Pumpkin, Lulu, and all the loves who've gone on before us. Let's do it for them. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Josh. I am the manager here at Angels Rest, and at this part of the program we will reflect on some of the animals, their names that had passed on here at the sanctuary. In Dogtown we lost Torito. In Cat World we lost the Casita kittens, Angel, Bert, Solstice, Frederick, and Malcolm. And in Horsehaven, we had lost Quinn. There were also some tributes sent in, which I'll read off as well. Frankie and Stinson, AKA Stinny, Lulu, Pumpkin, Little Bear, Marcus, Pandora, Lucy, Oliver and Taylor, Kuma, Coco, Clarence, Penny, Jack, June, Alonzo, Smokey, Dusty, Jack, Squeak, Mama, Summer, Archie, Fiona, Girl, Pooh Bear and Aries, Xena, Murphy, Francis, Sparky, Kiwi, Pavi, and Google, Carmelo, Moby, Marina, Jackson, Toby, and Pixie.
My name is James. I am a caretaker here at Angels Rest, and it's my pleasure to share with you some stories that were sent in to commemorate some of the animal companions that were lost this past month. Starting with Cereal. I met my beloved Cereal for the first time. I was told that he's heaven sent. He proved himself to be just that, changed my life for the better and rescued me. Cereal was my soul dog, guardian angel, and gift from God. He is the epitome of a best friend, strength, and companionship. Cereal brought immeasurable joy to my life and showed me the true meaning of unconditional love. Cereal gained his angel wings on March 20th. I am truly blessed to have spent 12 and a half amazing years with him. Cereal was always in good spirits, and his smile was contagious. He loved eating his favorite foods and treats, going out, and being pampered. Thank you, Cereal, for being a blessing and coming into my life. And thank you to the Angels Rest team for helping me to cope with the loss of my fur baby. Bullock. Bullock was a loyal pack leader and a faithful friend. He is forever missed in our hearts. Finally, Kirby. Although we so wish we were given more time, we are so grateful to be your parents and share the years we had. Parents is spelled with P-A-W. I do want to note that. Parents. We packed in tons of fun, the Uber rides, daily walks in the park, sitting outside and snuggling together. Kirby, you were nothing but a joy in our lives, and you are so deeply loved and missed. Until we meet again, sweet boy, our forever best boy. Now, we would like to open it up to hear stories from anyone in the audience to share with us.
My name is Karen Hamilton, and I'm a local volunteer here at Horse Haven with Best Friends. And we lost a dear horse named Quinn, you mentioned just a minute ago, sometimes called Quinny, just this past Tuesday. And I'd like to talk about him for just a little bit. The basic facts are Quinn was a very handsome Arabian horse, about 24 years old, who came to Best Friends 3 years ago with his horse friend named Buddy. They were owner surrenders. But there's, of course, more to the story. I talked to a woman recently who had met Quinny here, and she told me he was the first horse that she ever loved. She said that growing up, she'd only known horses for the work that they did, and she never had a relationship with them on a deep and emotional level until Quinn. Quinn and Buddy stayed together here until last year when Buddy got adopted. Then Quinn got moved into a paddock with three mares, and although he was gelded, he took to it quite naturally, like a wild Mustang with a harem. He was especially fond of a very pretty red horse named Rosie, and would snuggle up to her and protect her every time she lay down to nap. But unfortunately, napping was one of the things that proved challenging to Quinny, as he struggled more and more to lower himself to the ground and to get up again. You've probably seen horses napping while they're standing up, with one leg cocked. Well, that's really important to them, but they also need to be able to lie down on the ground for at least 20 minutes a day in order to get their REM sleep, their deep sleep. And if they don't get it, it's very detrimental to their health. Quinn was too often choosing not to get his deep sleep. The staff had given him all the chiropractic and acupuncture and medical treatments available, and although he kept up his interest in the mares, including a new one that moved in next to him, his struggles kept getting worse, and the staff recognized how painful it had become to him. These guys really need to get up and down. I wish it wasn't so, but it's true, and at 1,000+ pounds, you just can't do it for them. So the staff helped Quinny cross the Rainbow Bridge on Tuesday. And I can say confidently that Quinny had a very good life here. He was loved, and at the time of his crossing, he had the biggest harem of any horse here. Thank you.
So, quite a few years ago, when I was living in Los Angeles and working for Best Friends, I went to a little mini adoption that we were doing at the end of the day. And most of the dogs that day had been adopted, except for just a couple, and one of them was this little skinny, long-legged, Chihuahua-ish little thing. And he was so happy and bouncy, and I just couldn't leave him there because I knew it was probably his last day. So I took him home with me, and I thought, well, I used to do the Adopt a Pet segments on Fox TV, so I thought I'll take him on Fox TV and I'll try to find a good home for him. And so one day, one Friday, I went and took him on Fox TV in LA, and I told my friend Linda, tell me if I'm not getting this right, but I told my friend Linda that I was going to be taking this little dog on TV, and he was so cute. And as I had Toby on TV talking about him, Linda was at her gym doing her exercise, looking at the television, and there I am with Toby. So I finished the spot and I got in my car, and Linda called me and she said, "Stop by my house on your way home." So I did, and Linda has had many dogs and cats over the years and given them beautiful lives. And she got to know Toby and decided that she would bring him into her life. And he had the most beautiful life with her and lived to a good old age and couldn't have had a better loving home. So I thank you, my friend Linda, and God bless Toby.
Please join with me to observe a moment of silence to commemorate the animal companions that we lost this month.
All of these stories are so inspiring about how these animals touch our lives and do make us better. We are better because of them. From our squeaky little voices that we make, and sometimes how we talk, how we think they would talk if they were us, and the whole while them thinking, what? And hearing, womp, 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 womp. But you know what? All that energy speaks of love. So whether they might hear womp, 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 what they hear is, Mama loves you so much. And they know it. They know it from the bottom of their hearts. And what a tremendous thing that is, to have that level of connection. I can't think of anything more sublime. So I'm going to read us a little poem from my favorite, Mary Oliver, of course. And this is, when the roses speak, I pay attention. As long as we are able to be extravagant, we will be hugely and damply extravagant. Then we will drop foil by foil to the ground. This is our unalterable task, and we do it joyfully. And they went on, listen, the heart shackles are not as you think. Death, illness, pain, unrequited hope, not loneliness, but latitude, rue, vainglory, fear, anxiety, selfishness. Their fragrance all the while rising from their blind bodies make me spin with joy. So when the roses speak, I pay attention. Thank you all, and I'm going to give it back over to wonderful Jonna to wrap our ceremony today. And gosh, thank you all for joining us. Here you go, Mama.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you all for coming and for sharing your stories. I hear other stories that are unspoken, but they're with us in this place. So thank you, everyone at home. Thank you all who are here in person for sharing the love we have for the creatures and for all you do for them. Thank you.